Welcome guys to this video. This is gonna be my first YouTube video, but also my project video for school, so that's cool. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about music and how I make it. I have like a few things on SoundCloud that I made. This video is just gonna show how I made those and how I make music in general. The first point I wanna bring up is how I record, so the things that I use and just what I do to make sure it sounds clear before I even head into the DAW. The second point is whenever we actually head into the DAW, that I actually mix and master correctly. So if you like how my stuff sounds and you're just trying to get to where I'm at, where you're like really beginner and you're like, oh, I just want to make something, I'll show you guys how to get exactly to where I'm at and what I do. All right, guys, I'm just going to quickly go over some of the equipment I use, just like some of the stuff that's behind me. So let's get to that. First off, I'm going to go over the audio interface that I use. This is the Solo Scarlett 5th Gen by Focusrite. This thing's pretty nice. I feel like a lot of really high tier producers don't like it, but if you're gonna be starting off, it's only $150 and it's really nice. The next thing is gonna be my speakers. So I have two PreSonus speakers. I'll put up the price and a photo on the screen right now. They're pretty good. I don't think speakers really matter too much as long as they have the right inputs. So if you can connect it to your laptop and such. I don't think you need insanely expensive speakers, so to speak. The next thing is my headphones. I don't really have the best headphones, at least studio-wise. These are just some Beats. I'll put up a photo. They're like the more expensive one. Beats aren't bad for mixing if you want to mix, but if you're trying to go for like really good mixing headphones, not just like ones that sound good for listening to music, I get something else. I might put up some photos on screen that are more professional. These are kind of just pretty basic, but they're still expensive because they're just nice headphones in general. All right, guys, and this is the mic that I use. So as you can see, I have it in a corner. Corners aren't good sonically unless you treat them right. I have these sound panels so that whenever I speak into the wall, it just reduces all the noise. And then it's right next to my coat rack, so that'll also block out some of the noise. I have a window right here, so whenever I record, I close down the shades because windows are really reflective for your voice. So if you have windows, I try to block them off with something. Now the mic that I use is the Rode 5th Gen NT1. So yeah, the mic that I use is the Rode NT1, specifically the 5th Gen. This mic isn't insanely expensive, but it's a good starter mic if you're just wanting to get, you know, your first song on Spotify or something. I do believe if you have a mic like this and your mix still sounds bad, it's not your mic anymore, it's just your mix. So if that hurt you in some way, sorry, but it's the truth. Or you're just not treating your room right. My room's not even treated that well. The only thing that I really have that makes it not echoey is just these sound panels, and it's like in a more treated spot. Even on the iPhone, this audio is going to be very echoey because my room is not very well treated. All right, guys, now we're going to go into the recording stage, how I record, what it looks like, and then after that, we'll head into the DAW, and then I'll show you guys how I mix my beats. All right, so now that we're actually in the DAW, I'll show you guys what I do. Now this might look kind of crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on. The first thing we're gonna look at is the gain staging. What gain staging is making sure that the audio going in is not too loud or too quiet. So right now you can look at the dB meter, and all dB means is just how loud the input source is. It's not even passing 9. As you can see in the audio in, where the audio is coming from, if I look at these little plugins on the mix, Fruity Balance, it's just going to control the audio. So this is making sure that if I'm quiet, it's going to make it a little bit louder. And then if I'm loud, it's going to try and bring it down a little bit. And then on this last one, as you can see, there's a line right there. So if I go past it, it just peaks. So even if I'm loud, this is called compression, is making sure that all the peaks aren't there, so that nothing's too loud. Now that we've gone through gain staging, I think I'm going to do a few recordings. I'll show you the raw vocals and then the vocals with all the effects. Whenever you're hearing these, the raw vocals are going to sound really bad, but then whenever you go into the mixed vocals, you're going to be like, wow, I didn't think these vocals could sound good. So yeah, we'll just go to that right now. In this recording stage, I'll show you guys what the mix sounds like with the raw vocals and without the mastering that I have on, and then I'll turn everything on and I'll show you what it sounds like, and then I'll even record a few takes while I'm making this video. I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. As you can see, it does not sound very good. but whenever we add in all the effects, it's gonna sound a lot better.
I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score.
So yeah, huge difference there. Raw vocals first, they were out of tune, and then they just needed some EQing. There's a lot of low end in there, not a lot of high end, so it wasn't really poking through as much. There's quite a few things that I do with my vocals, and I'll go through that in the mixing stage. So I mean, it's right there. Before, raw vocals sounded horrible. Then once we started mixing and mastering a little bit, it sounds like an actual song. The vocals themselves, if you heard the song, you might be like, oh wow, this person knows how to sing. And then you go in the raw vocals and it's like, how did this even sound that good? Yeah, that's just the power of mixing, and I'll show you guys exactly what I do. But before that, I'm just gonna record a few takes, and then yeah, we'll go to the mixing stage.
Anytime, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? What it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for?
And now we just try to get a good take.
No more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? You fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score.
Alright guys, these are like the raw vocals. I'm gonna see what it sounds like with the effects now, and then we'll see if we'll keep them or not.
I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score.
Alright, for the sake of the video, these are definitely good enough for now. I might play with them a bit later, but I think we're just going to continue with the recording. Maybe do this chorus, I think, and then we'll see how it goes.
All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door.
Alright guys, I did it like a little bit of chopping on like the beat. Not a lot, but you're gonna do that a lot if you want a more polished beat. So if something sounds a little off, that can always be like fixed. It's just how much work do you want to put on the song so that everything fits perfectly.
Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. He gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord.
So yeah, right there you kind of saw me doing some surgery, like stitching. I didn't like how I said chord, it sounded kind of weird, so then I did another take over it, and then, you know, just stitched it differently.
I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. And I'm feeling something new, I've been here before.
Just for the sake of the video, I think I'm gonna stop the main vocals right now. I got like a little foundation enough, it's like a verse or something like that. So I think I'm gonna record a couple ad-libs, and then for the sake of the video, I'll cut it short just so it's not too long, just so I'm not making the full song right now.
It's like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, they know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. And I'm feeling something new, I've been here before. I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. And I'm feeling something new, I've been here before.
Alright guys, so as you saw there, I just recorded the ad-libs. I'm gonna be done with recording for the sake of the video, so it's shorter. Now we're just gonna get to the mixing stage, and once we are done with the mixing, we'll go into the mastering and then uploading. Alright guys, bear with me. This is my third time recording this. Okay, let's get into it. So on the left side, we're on the mixing stage now. On the left side, we have the master, the beat, and the mix bus, docked to the left. And then on the right, docked all the wet effects. Been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. As you can see, sounds really bad. First, we're just gonna gain stage. Make sure that there's no peaking. Like I've been broken before. It's gonna sit at like 12. You don't want it to go past 6 at all. And I don't ever let it go past 9. Everyone's is a bit different, but if you want it to sound good, you're gonna want it to be on the quieter side before you put in effects. Like I've been broken before. After that, we have the first mix bus. First thing we have is some auto tune. Everyone knows auto tune. I use the Waves one. I will put the prices of all of my plugins and everything, and then at the end I'll tally it up. But yeah, we have the Waves plugin, the Waves auto tune. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. It doesn't sound like it's doing anything because, well, I'm in key mostly and it's not super strong. But if I turn it all the way up, like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. You can hear it a lot more. And then next we have a EQ. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking. Opens it up a lot more. All we're doing with this EQ is we're just boosting high a little bit, taking out all the lows below 60. There's the curve that I use. We're dipping 400. Mids are the same. A lot of magic happening there. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. After that, we have two of the most common compressors. We have the UAD 1176 and then the LA2A. I'll show the prices of these two. They're very worth it. Sometimes deals will happen where you can get these. Those two, insanely good for vocals. We have a Tech EQ. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. Can't hear much of a difference, but it's bringing out those harmonics. And then we have a Fresh Air. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. Fresh Air is pushing a lot. It might be a little much, but I'll keep it for now. At this point, you can hear a lot of those S's now. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. And so what we're gonna do, we have a simple de-esser right here. I'm gonna take out those S's. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. A lot easier on the ears. Those S's aren't popping anymore. After we do the de-esser, I now have some saturation. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. Gives it a lot more presence, makes it stick out. Then we have the UAD 610 pre. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk to. Makes it, in my opinion, if anything, a little bit more airy and organic, but it doesn't do much really. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. And then I just have the simple EQ, taking out some low end because on my speakers at least, my vocals sounded very boomy. Then after that, I have another de-esser, which might be weird to other producers. See, when I go, it will peak quite a bit, so I decided to try to take out some of it. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk to many. As you can see, it's not taking out my normal vocals as much. It's not taking out this frequency because this frequency in vocals is pretty important, so I didn't want to do too much. I did a little bit. Lastly, we just have an S1 imager. This is sauce. If you guys want to like a really good plugin that just like makes your vocals wider, blend in the beat better, S1 imager. It is the go. You'll see it in other professional mixes such as like Juice WRLD's mixes. You might see this plugin as well as the other ones, but this one too. After that, we have the reverb send. So like I've been broken. That's the dry and then wet. Like I've been broken before. We don't talk to many times. Really just the last thing that makes, you know, the main vocals sound how they need to sound professional. You know, the wet effects, definitely important. So what I did for the reverb and delay is I sidechained it. So I sidechained the main vocals to the reverb and delay. What that means is it's just sending a signal to them. So whenever it sends to this reverb, anytime my vocals are sent through to the reverb,
the reverb is ducked, so the reverb gets quiet whenever I'm actually saying something. Right now it's at 38. I'll set it lower so it's a lot more dramatic, so you can definitely hear it.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And
Then if I set it back, we had it.
like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times.
Yeah, it's not as dramatic. It's not super dramatic. You don't want it to be too dramatic, but we want the reverb to fill in the gaps rather than just water out the vocals or make them sound not clear. I did the same with the delay, except I put it all the way down, negative 60 dB. I put it all the way down because I do not want to hear the delay unless I am not talking at all. So you can just hear it between.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And
Yeah, the delay will only come in whenever I'm not speaking at all. And yeah, that's the reverb and delay. I use the Valhalla vintage reverb. I'll put the price up for that. I actually did pay full price for it, but it's definitely worth it. Then we just got track spacer. Put the price of that up too. I put it just to sides. Then we got an S1 imager. Make it a little bit more wide for the reverb. Yeah, that's it.
like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus.
Okay, and now that we got the reverb and delay on that, I'll show you guys the ad libs. So there's only two differences that I have from the main vocals to the ad libs with the main channel, and that is the autotune is a lot stronger on the ad libs because you can kind of get away with it, and I just like the way that it sounds. So the autotune's a bit stronger. Everything else is the same except for the very bottom plugin. I have this free plugin, Pancake 2. I'll play without it really quick.
Before. No more. No.
So the ad libs right now are very mono. They're in the middle. I turn on this plugin.
Before.
It's the lazy way of panning your vocals without doing it manually. So if you're an early producer, you want to pan your vocals, have some motion, which you always want to whenever you're making a song. That's like, you definitely need that. This is like the lazy way. It'll do it for you. So there's different waves and stuff that you can use. I just use the normal one. Then we go to the second chain here. I have S1 Imager. I only have it up to, again, like 1.3, 1.25 ish, not too much. And then I have a shaper box. Then I have this EQ if I want to do like a low pass effect.
Before. No more.
So it could sound like kind of like underwater. And then lastly, we can do the wet effects for the ad libs, which is the exact same as main, except for the reverb. I have it at a faster pre-delay and a longer decay time. And then we have some more widening at the end, which is also controversial, I feel like, for producers to have two shaper boxes with the width all the way up. But it's just what I do. If it sounds good, then no one can tell you that you're doing something wrong. Hey guys, now that we've gone through the main vocals and the ad libs, let's go to the beat. This is without anything, then with. Yeah, slight difference, not much. First, we have a Abbey Roads mastering chain. Again, I'll show the prices of all these. The spreader I have at 3.5, probably my favorite knob. I'll show you the difference here. Yeah, it just adds width. Went from almost mono to a lot of width. It makes it sound really nice. And then I have a little bit of presence, so all this does, it's boosting the high end, makes it pop more. I didn't think the beat needed it too much, but I could crank it if I wanted to. I think I'll keep it at 1.5. And then I played with this knob here. I always keep it all the way to the right. I think it sounds the best, so like really clean. And then I have this transpose button on just for the beat. Then for this little EQ, I am just boosting the kick so that the kick and 808 are just louder. Then this Next part is the last important part for the beat. So if I turn on my main vocals here,
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake.
I'm side chaining my main vocals to the beat itself. So anytime my vocals come in, the beat will duck slightly so that my vocals can pop just a little bit more. If you want a good sounding mix, I definitely recommend side chaining your main vocals to beat. All right, so now that we have the beat, I'll go to the mix bus now. So this is before.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for?
Then we have it with the mix.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake.
So it's not a huge difference, but it is just glue compression. That's all we're doing. Very slight compression. It's 1.1 for the ratio. Threshold we have at -6. Gain can be anywhere from 0 to -2 in my opinion. You don't want to boost it at all, and you don't want to reduce it that much. Don't want this to be super strong at all. It's just glue compression, which means very slight. And then we'll go to the master.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus.
Yep. I'll show you exactly right here. So first off, we did another Abbey Roads mastering.
Like I've been broken.
Spread is all the way at 5, which I don't usually do, but for this beat, I thought it was right, so I did that.
Like I've been broken before.
Added some more presence, and then yeah, this I have all the way to the right. That's all that I mess with. Really good plugin for mastering. That's like the one that I use. And then after that, I have just very slight saturation, just to blend everything in a little bit.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for?
After the saturation, we lastly just have the limiter. If you are mastering, you will need a limiter. The limiter is going to be controlling dynamics, and it's going to be controlling how loud the beat is. Now, this is going to be pretty important. Ceiling, I always keep at -1. And the threshold, you will be able to play around with. It's not going to be the same for every song because every song is different. Every song has different dynamics. Every song isn't as loud as the other. So this will never be one number. The higher this number is, or the higher I put it, the more dynamics it's going to have, which means there's going to be stuff that's loud and stuff that's quiet. If I bring it down here, everything's going to be loud, but it's also going to be ducking the loud things. So we don't want too much of that either. If the kick gets brought down and, you know, the small things get brought up, you know, the kick's not going to be loud. There's not going to be dynamics. It's not going to be exciting at all. But if it's too high, it's not going to be loud enough, and then that's also going to be a problem. You want something in the middle that's peaking, but it's not distorted.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus.
So yeah, it's peaking on the snaps and it's peaking on the kicks. Other than that, it's not peaking. Luffs do matter a little bit. If someone says they don't matter at all, they're wrong. Because if your luffs are at like -30, it's not going to sound as good. So make sure they're, you know, fine.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they want to talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score.
But my luffs are actually kind of low, which means I have a little bit more dynamics. Spotify will make it go all the way to -14. Mine are -13 isn't low necessarily. It's just a lot of more modern tracks will have it go down to like -9 or -10, which is fine. If you're even at like -18 or -14, like that's fine. And if you're at -8, that's also fine. It's just whatever you're looking for. Just if it's like -1 or like -30, like that's not what you want. But yeah, that's the whole mixing stage. I'll turn everything off so you guys can hear it without any mixing, and then I'll show you guys with.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even?
Yeah, sounds horrible. And this is the after.
Like I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times. I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake. What are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door.
Yeah, I'm really liking these ad libs, but after I, you know, made them more underwatery ish, they kind of get quieter.
You know I've been here before. That's the Holy Spirit, that's what I'm feeling. The people around me, that's all that I'm bringing. Blessings from God, and that's all that I'm seeing. When I go to heaven, know it's you I'll be seeing. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score.
Whenever you export your beats, you want to make sure you're doing it in WAV format, 32-bit float. You're going to get the best quality. All right, guys, after you upload it, I'm going to listen to it one more time. This is the after. This is what it sounds like after we did everything.
I know what it's like, I've been broken before. We don't talk too many times, I ain't talking no more. And I know you fake, what are we even talking for? They know I got Jesus, so they wanna talk some more. All of your faults, I'm not taking no score. Jesus the one, he gon' open the door. Making melodies, I think I just hit a chord. And I'm feeling something new, I've been here before. That's what I'm feeling. The people around me, that's all that I'm bringing. Blessings from God, and that's all that I'm seeing. When I go to heaven, know it's you I'll be seeing.
So yeah, that's what it sounds like after we did everything. Don't look at my desktop, by the way. That's beside the point. It's cluttered. Garbage. That is all the mixing and mastering. If you want, you know, something that sounds similar to what I make, that is what I do. Yeah. If you like the video, please tell me in the comments if this helped you, if you're trying to be like a new producer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I might make another video if people want me to make more, and I'll see you guys next time.